Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thanks so much for being here today. I really hope you're doing well as we move into this new year, 2021. Just so grateful for you spending time with us. I wanted to talk to you today about how unique this time has been and how we've got some opportunities as 60, 70-year-old women to actually do something different in 2021. How to be happy despite everything. Now, this is kind of an unusual article because it's inspired by a newspaper article that I read, and it just really motivated me to talk to you about how I think we as older women are in a totally unique position to be a beam of light to others. And I've talked about how, in my opinion, women over 50 really are more relevant in turbulent times than ever. I think we have been through it. We have paid our dues. We have experienced life in all of its complexity. And I think as we go into our 60s and 70s, there's some opportunity that we may not be recognizing, that we may not be taking advantage of. And this article in The Guardian, and it's supported by so many articles that our bloggers have written, I just wanted to kind of go over it and maybe just kind of, just kind of reinforce my own tendency right now to be just a little bit silly and frivolous as I get older. You know, what's to lose? Well, this article is actually a very good one. I'll leave the link to it, but it's basically it goes through several different people, who have lived through life in a specific response to being 60, 70, 80 and older. And just the categories I think are broad enough that I can weave my own experience into this and make it a useful conversation. But I would love you to join the conversation at the end as well, because I think that I bet there are people out there who are doing some pretty wild and wonderful things in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and I'd like to share them. I think it's at the heart of aging beautifully, not gracefully, but disgracefully maybe in some cases. But the first, these are all like suggestions, things you can do to keep sane and to sparkle as you get older, is to give your heart rate a boost. Keep active, raise your heart rate. And the example that they give is a woman who I think was in her 90s, and she just started to do all kinds of crazy things. It was skydiving, and then she went drag racing, and she was going with her 60-year-old son. And she decided to take over control of the wheel and just went skidding around the track. And now says she loves going 100 miles an hour on the drag race track. And that's her thing. And people just look at her and go, wow. She says, I have no regrets about, the way I lived my life. I was very conservative. I worked hard and I raised my family. And now it's my turn, right? I'm going to have fun. And she said, well, and while you're still breathing, just go for it and just enjoy life in all of its wonderful beauty and complexity. Have some fun. Introduce that word into your life. Now, I know, even as I'm saying this, I'm conscious of the world that we're living in right now is not that much fun. We can't go out drag racing. We can't go to a lot of places because, they're just not open, and because, businesses are shut down everywhere. But I think it's still the attitude of silliness. Now, another woman just says her advice is to do something that makes you feel sexy. Okay, sexy, sensuous, whatever you want to call it. But she has done, she did a pole dancing class, she did a burlesque class. She said she's done a lap dance in a sexy Santa suit at some kind of a concert festival. Look, it doesn't matter. You've just got to do what, you're never going to get a second chance at this, right? This is it. So just, if you want to be sexy and sensual and, wear clothes that are a little bit out there, do a belly dancing class, join a pole dancing class, why not? Just do it. And if someone isn't enjoying you being happy, then that's their problem. I mean, if people can't look at you and see that you're having so much fun and enjoying being silly, then that isn't your problem. It's their problem. And the whole article weaves that theme into it. Excuse me. So she said her kids, don't say much about it, but she says, so what? It doesn't matter. Whatever her children think, they've got their own lives. And I think that's really kind of important. Yes, of course, you've got to be conscious of, sort of the boundaries that you have culturally established in your family. But yeah, it's time for a change, go for it. And so generally the rule is be silly. And the example there was one during the lockdown, this one person said, look, my kids were like terrified that I was like sitting at home, being bored. And so I just did a video for them where I stood on the sofa and I just bounced around like a toddler on the sofa. And, they had like created this little scene where his wife was walking around with a dusting, cloth or some mop or something. And he was doing some dance to Billy Joel's Uptown Girl. And, I love it. I love it. And I think that, I know in my situation, we just with my grandchildren, and particularly with my grandchildren, I can be really silly. Like we do the strangest things. Like we build weird little camps and we dance around the room and we do the hokey cokey. And for you British people, you know what that is. Americans, it's like kind of a little dance that they did during the war. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. It's just a dance and it's just fun. But I just do kooky things with my grandchildren because they get it. They're silly too. But I just think that, I don't know, guys. I know I'm smiling here, sometimes with the tears. It's just, we can either cry or we can dive into this and really, really enjoy it. 60andMe also is here for you. And I want to just mention that briefly before I go on to a few more things that come up in this idea. Is, we're here. We've got a supporters group, which is called, it's patreon.com. We ask for, it's a monthly contribution, $3, and you can give whatever you like to support us because we're community driven. We don't have, this huge investment. We are just doing our thing here, and we love your support. So Patreon supporters get to join what's called our Lockdown Lounge. And Lockdown Lounge is where we meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and every other Friday, and we just talk. And we've made friendships and people are connecting. They actually, turns out they live close to each other. So if you're interested in joining our lockdown lounges, which are going to go on for as long as we feel it's necessary to keep people sane during this time, just go to patreon.com, patreon.com/60andme. And we're here. Just one of the ways that we support you. All of our content is free. All of our videos here, there's like almost 2,000 of them, are free on all kinds of topics. And and I've always encouraged you to be a little silly and, just dye your hair pink or try new clothes or new makeup, whatever. And that's always been my underlying pulsing message. So the other thing is that's mentioned in this article, which is great, is do a job that you love, even if it doesn't pay very much. And I think that that's a super important one because if you're not doing something that is making you feel useful, then you're going to be challenged. Now, someone says this person was a part-time actor. They did bit parts in just filling in and acting roles. You earn basically nothing. But for him, it was just what he always wanted to do, to be an actor. And now in his 70s, 80s, I forget what it is, but he's now doing these little bit parts in movies and he's enjoying it. And that's what he wants. And so many people go through their life doing a job or doing something that they just felt was the right thing to do, or was the right amount of money that they needed, or whatever. And they never became the person they really wanted to be. The businessman who wanted to be a baker and he ended up making cupcakes. He had a little company and did that. Somebody that always wanted to be a singer and then just decided to, volunteer and do singing at kids' festivals and whatever. It doesn't have to be the mega star that you maybe thought you wanted to be, but it's really, really nice to know that you can do these things and, live the life you maybe always wanted. The most important thing, I think, is not to fear failure. And that's one of the points that's raised here is that, just try it. If you want to do a marathon, so you get through 10 minutes and then you collapse. So what? You tried. And I think that is the most important thing. Do things that are, important to you. What else? Make a difference. Yeah, if you've got a cause, something that you're really, really passionate about, and you feel like it's time, let's do it. Speak up. And I think you have to think about the world that we're living in right now. Is we're not going to be here 30 years from now, probably 40 years. We are not going to be here to help our grandchildren and our children, through it. So we have to do things now that we feel will support a better world. And there's so many really good causes that you can consider. I won't talk about any in particular because I know there's emotion around these types of things, but find something that you believe in, that you really feel is important, so that you can, talk to your grandchildren and say, I'm doing something for you. I'm doing this thing. I'm trying to, bring about this change because I believe in you, and I want you to have a future that has all the opportunities and all the amazing, inspiration and chance that I had. So that's important. So it's 21, right? 21, 21. We're all one in 21. I love that mantra. Let's make it better. It can be better. We can do this. I know that right now we're all in the middle of pandemic fever. We've got, the vaccines are coming. They will happen. Things are happening around the world with new changes in government that I think might, give us a fresh perspective on things. And, I've always avoided that conversation here on 60 and Me, but yeah, things are happening, I think, that are going to create a brighter future. So let's look forward to this. I know it's hard, trust me. Even as I'm doing this video, I can feel the little tears behind my eyes because I know that there's so many people right now that are dealing with this and suffering and sad. And I think that that's one of the other things that I wanted to mention is that we have to embrace suffering. We have to embrace people that are going through tough times. And if we're fortunate enough, touch wood, to not have been visited by the virus yet, and we are, we're strong and we have an opinion about something, that we are going to be silly and frivolous and just shatter those aging stereotypes. Just have fun. Just have a fun time with these years that we have left. Be serious, take care of others, be kind, be compassionate. Be compassionate. We are definitely not all in the same place. But I just thought this whole idea about having fun and making the best of this year coming up was a really one I wanted to share with you. Please visit our 60andMe channels. Join, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. We talk about all kinds of things. You can press the subscribe button and that notification bell, because that will tell you when a new video is being launched or being published. So join our YouTube channel, visit our Instagram account, Facebook, our website channel. We are here on this journey with you. So take very good care of yourself. Have a fabulous day. And I know that we love you and respect you and happy that you're here. Take very good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.